My name's Janet. I'm 52 years old. I'm retired and I'm a homemaker. We met when I was 17 and he was 19. And we were married. I was 18 and a half and he was 20 and a half when we got married. Of course, Tom was gone all the time with the police department, and he put the charge on me to take care of the home. And so it became very overloading. We made it 2 months shy of our 31st wedding anniversary, and it was after he died that this just became a disaster.
I'm Amy, I'm 31 years old, and I'm Janet's oldest daughter. When I was in high school, I would try to bring it up and she'd get very defensive. She would just completely shut down and not talk about it at all. I'm Becky, I'm 30 years old, and I'm Janet's second daughter. When I was a kid, my dad would pay me to actually clean things up. And so I would throw all the trash away, I would clean it up, I'd put it in the garbage, and my mom would be very mad at me, and she'd actually go outside and start digging through the trash and pull it all back inside the house. 2 or 3 months ago, I went over to the house to pick my mom up, and she asked me to wait outside. I felt that it had gotten so bad that as her daughter, I wasn't welcome in her home anymore. And that was the breaking point for me, where I realized this is out of control and she needs some help.
I'm Katie, I'm 18, and I'm Janet's daughter. Once my dad died, it got a lot worse because he was there to regulate and make sure that it was somewhat livable.
She is obsessed with the stuff.
I think shopping, for some strange reason, gave me some kind of comfort. I guess I just kept trying to mask and hide what was really going on with the grief and loneliness.
They don't invite friends over. I know a few of Savannah's friends weren't allowed to come over. I think it kind of isolates them.
Savannah, can I see your dragon so far? Oh, that is beautiful.
It disgusts me.
Whenever I go home to visit them, I see the conditions that they're living in, and I feel horrible because I feel that I should have done something to fix it.
The mess it's horrible, and it's straining our relationship already so much. If she doesn't accept the fact that she has a problem and that it needs to be fixed, we just may end up being apart and not really talking.
My husband, in his 30-year career, probably had to take children from homes that have ended up looking like this. And I've created a monster now in our home. I'm very ashamed of that and what it's caused my family.
So here we are on a weekday, which seems to be a really good thing, I understand, because
Everybody's at work.
everybody meaning the neighbors,
The
right?
neighbors.
Why?
It's a very embarrassing thing to admit.
I am Dorothy Brenninger. I'm a professional organizing expert specializing in hoarding. We're going to keep rolling through it, and I'm going to keep finding you and telling you what we're doing and ask you to participate, because I know you're dressed for it and you're the type who likes to work and get down to it with us.
I don't like people doing things for me. That's a very hard thing to ask for help.
Okay.
Let's roll.
Okay. Well, you said it, so let's do it. Are you going to keep this or not keep this couch?
This was the first piece of furniture that Tom and I bought.
Ah.
So it was going to be reupholstered, but guess what? I'm letting it go.
Guys, shall we give her a hand?
And just doing that, I feel exhilarated.
Blue bike.
That's yours.
Now Tom gave that to me. Okay, let me think this out. Somebody can fix that up.
Give it away.
Give it away.
I'm really impressed. I wasn't expecting this. Let's get rid of more stuff.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, jeez. Dang it. Okay. He wore flannel shirts all the time. Shoot, one of his shirts.
I'm Dr. Suzanne Chabot. I specialize in OCD. Among the spectrum disorders is hoarding. Unexpectedly, she was doing terrific, and now she's backtracking.
Can we trash these?
I just know how much fun you guys had with these.
It's just like a little plastic toy. We don't need that.
There's clearly an overvaluing of the smallest of things that most people could just throw away without any thought. How do you feel about Katie coming in and suggesting that right now?
It just feels very negative and like they're trying to run the show.
She feels easily hurt, somewhat vulnerable, and she puts up those defenses very quickly.
Now, how did your room get to be like this?
I don't really clean up my room, and then I just stopped going in here. I can't do it all by myself. I usually need to have someone helping me. Whenever I want to clean it, Mom doesn't want to help me.
Okay.
Don't need this. Spider. Bug. Oh my gosh, another spider.
Why do you think you've got a lot of spiders and bugs in here?
Because it's not a clean room.
The beach toys I do want to keep.
Let's just stop for a second and look. 20 cents. Do you see you're getting hung up on a plastic piece that's pretty replaceable so that you can hopefully have this plastic piece to go to the beach with sometime in the future, maybe when you have grandkids sometime in the future.
Crud, I'm getting hung up again.
Mom, this is from the garage,
It looks like holiday, doesn't
but
it?
it's been in there for years, Mom. I'm extremely frustrated when I'm trying to help my mom realize how unimportant something is. I don't understand why everything seems so important to her.
Well, you're a singer and you used to sing for hours and hours on this. And
But
it just
do
brings...
I use it now?
No, you don't, but see, it just brings back memories. I am trying to just say, okay, it's time to go. Somebody else can use it.
What's that? Oh, just memories?
I don't need them, but I mean, and they've been tucked away under a tarp.
That's right.
This is what has to be done, or else, you know what? Pretty soon, I don't think my girls would be having a mother. I just can't believe this. These are special things, and in with the crap and trash.
Janet is just starting to get at some of that shame and some of how she maybe disappointed people.
I mean, these things underneath have to do with Tom. I just think I died right along with him. This is the board that I had to keep track when Tom was home, and I had round-the-clock medications and heart medicines, and that family room is free of that fear and that memory, and every time I look at this board, it brings it back, so we're getting rid of it today, not out of any disrespect, just I have to move on. It's time to let it go. When I let the board go, that was the turning point that I needed. That part of my life, that painful part is gone.
I have witnessed Janet going from point A to point B as a person who is returning to the self that she had for many years of her life.
I'm just really proud of her. And to me, that's a big deal because there hasn't really been something recently where I've just felt proud like that. And I know that my dad would be proud too. So it makes me happy.
Oh my gosh, it smells clean.
Okay, you ready?
Oh, no way.
Look at.
It's beautiful. And all this was here, and it's beautiful now.
These are pretty, Mom.
Thank you. That's probably the first time you've seen them. They've been there for a year.
It is the first time I've seen them.
Caitlin's room to bake your cupcakes. Oh, God. I can't believe this. I'm not tripping over the laundry pile and... Oh, this is absolutely beautiful.
I think she's realizing that she's missed out on people being with her and giving her some support through difficult times. Hopefully, she'll carry that with her in the future because hard times will come again. And it won't just be her friends, but it will be her children at her side.
I think it's easy for anybody to fall back into old habits. 2 days, 3 days is not really long enough to really change habits that have built up over years. I think it will be a process, but if she's willing to work at it, I know she'll be able to work through it.
There is a lot of work to do, but you know what? I'm not looking at the whole huge mountain. I'm looking at a little bit each day. The terrible time is over. It's over, it's done, it's behind us. We've climbed out and we're victorious, and let's keep going. And now we can live.
I'm Warren, I'm 45, I'm definitely a hoarder, and I definitely hoard things. My house is a disaster, a total disaster. Kept on piling up and piling up and piling up, and that's basically where it's at right now. It's just piled to the max.
My name is Leanne, and my husband Warren is a major hoarder. Warren and I have been married for 10 years now. We have a son named Joshua. He's going to be 3. My home is a big disaster. There's stuff everywhere. It's hard to do anything without something falling or getting ruined or broken. I always feel like I'm being buried alive. You know, it's that feeling. It's that feeling that you're just drowning in the sea of stuff.
She's like, it's not fair to Josh, and she's right.
We're gonna go bye-bye.
I've said to him, you know, either help me get the stuff done, throw things out, get rid of things. Otherwise, just take your stuff and go live with your mom.
My name is Shara. I'm Leanne's sister. Honestly, I think they'd be better divorced.
Want to sit down?
Nah, I'm good. Yeah.
All right.
Together in the environment and the way things are right now, it's toxic.
It's bad. We try to clean the rooms here and there, but it just like keeps building up. I definitely know I have to get rid of it. There's no two ways about it. If we don't do it, she wants to go separate ways.
It just feels like I'm defeated. But it's hard to feel that way. It's hard to feel that no matter what you do, nothing changes.
Wind up taking him over to Smithtown General. That's where they pronounce him dead on arrival. First, my mom thought I was kidding around with her, but then when I said to her, nope, she kind of majorly freaked out.
After his father had passed, I would have to say that he probably was trying to hold on to things.
I think it probably just happened from when my dad passed away.
He has still held on to that van, you know, and it's still here. It's still a piece of his past. I don't think he'd be able to part with that van.
I'm sure it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, but you know, you got to try to basically do what you have to do.
Good morning, everybody.
Good
Morning, Matt.
I'm Matt Paxton. I'm a hoarding specialist focusing on extreme cleaning. What are our goals for today? We're cleaning this house. Why?
For Josh.
For our son.
So pretty much we want to get this house clean so we can get some help in for Josh and just so he can enjoy being at home again.
Exactly.
All right?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm Dr. Renee Renardi. I'm a cognitive behavioral therapist, and I specialize in compulsive hoarding, obsessive compulsive disorder, and trichotillomania.
We got a lot that we want to get done this weekend, right? We want to make quick decisions because we want to get through it as quickly as possible. So no longer than 10 seconds on any item.
One of the rules we're going to have is we're not moving stuff to think about it later.
Okay.
We're making decisions all day long.
You got it. It's time to move on and just do what you got to do.
Warren, we're going to scrap this, right?
Yeah, definitely.
20 feet of copper. How much money do you think, cash-wise, is in this of unused parts in here?
Probably about 60 grand.
60 grand worth of stuff.
Brand new fan blade, brand new pump, wall copper. That's 200 bucks. This right here is $1,300.
What?
That's a $12,000 condenser unit sitting right there.
Brand new.
Brand new.
Hello.
How we doing?
Well, we have Warner's work stuff that he needs to go through and make decisions on. I don't want to make a decision for him. We have the 2 boxes of sale items going. We have clothes that I have to sort through. The work boxes are really for him to go through. They're his catalogs, his stuff. I don't know.
I'm not worried about Warren. Warren's let 6 trucks of stuff go already.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know what of that
That's
he can
fine.
and can't.
We're quickly running out of space.
Right.
You're doing nice. This is great.
Right.
But you got to let a lot more stuff go.
Yeah.
Not sort to think about donating at some point or yard sale. We got to throw some stuff away.
Mm-hmm.
She has laid down this flat ultimatum. If Warren doesn't clean up, she's leaving. Well, Warren's cleaned up pretty quickly, and she's not. There's 50 things of Electrosol.
Okay. I know.
There's 100 things of Electrosol.
I know.
Who bought that?
Me.
Okay, I'm gonna say something. I don't mean to be rude, but I don't know that it's all Warren. You were saying 25, 75. I think we're closer to 50-50.
I know coming in, asking Lee how much of the clutter is yours, how much of it is his, that much more of that responsibility went on to being his stuff. As we're going through, what we're finding is that it's not so much his, but it's really a mix, and maybe an equal mix of his and hers.
I kind of turned around and told her it's both of us, but, you know, she's like, no, it's mostly you. And I was like, okay, it's all me. If you want to make everything drop on me, drop it on me.
I mean, I really believed that Warren was going to be the issue, and Warren's not the issue at all. Leanne's the hoarder, not Warren.
Yeah, put him in there.
You need to go down there.
In the basement?
You have to go down there. You need to make decisions. There's a bunch of men down there waiting, standing, doing nothing because they need your decision.
On what?
A lot of stuff.
Probably more than half of this is hers, and she's not ready to acknowledge that.
Mm-hmm.
What I had figured is they could bring the stuff up from the basement and I could sort through it up in the living room because I can't really breathe down there.
Well, you're gonna have to put a mask on and go down there and just make decisions.
She's feeling embarrassed, and that's why she doesn't want it down here. It has nothing to do with asthma or anything like that.
They can maybe bring it up once you make the decisions and point and say, okay, that. Then you're done.
All right. So you want to do 5 more minutes in here?
No, let's switch
You want to
gears.
switch gears? Now your brain's off of this.
About 5 years ago was the last time I ventured down there because it was very dangerous to make your way past the stairs. And I think just I wanted to forget about or shut out what was down there because it was so bad 5 years ago. Ugh. Wow.
How is it feeling being down here?
It's kind of gross.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's been what, 5 years since you've been down here?
Over 5 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, couldn't make it down the stairs.
I know, but I mean, what do you think about all of that?
No, it's amazing how much is out. I'm really impressed.
There's a lot of Warren stuff, which is all the clunky, work stuff. But all the sprinkles on top of the cake, as we say it, is Leanne's stuff.
Those I need. This is stay. No, that's stay. These are going. I say we have lots of soda to throw out, because that's probably been in there
That's all
since
trash, yeah.
10 years. All right, that'll have to go through. And this box, I'll have to go through.
Okay.
What's it like working side by side with your wife down here?
Feels a little awkward.
Yeah.
Because she normally never comes down. Toss them.
I want to see the expiration date.
Just toss it.
Wait, if they're not expired, they can be used.
Okay.
And that's something I can use because it probably should have never been brought down here in the first place.
Okay.
And those are used for work. That way I have a quick, easy lunch to make.
She's just been able to completely ignore this part of her life by putting it down here and shutting the door. So this definitely elevates the issue. This is very, very loud proof that she's a hoarder. Let's talk about the elephant. You guys have gone so fast today. The van is touchy. I mean, his dad died in that van. All right, I want to talk about some of the dad stuff just because this is probably the only quiet time we're going to have.
Okay.
We will plant some seeds and encourage him to say, look, at some point, you got to remove the emotion and you got to get rid of the item. It's not helping the family at all. You can celebrate your dad being gone and you can celebrate the great things about him. But at this point, your grief is holding you back.
I was his right-hand guy through good and through bad.
Do you ever feel like this weekend when we're throwing stuff away, did you ever feel like you were throwing away a part of your dad when we got rid of some of this stuff?
I would have to say yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yep.
How did you get past that?
I gotta move on and I gotta do the right thing for Josh. That's my main concern with him. He means more to me than anything else.
He's here, your dad's not.
Exactly.
Warren loves his father very, very much. He was an extremely important person in his life. He taught him his trade. He gave him the ability to support the family that he has now. What you're seeing is Warren is transitioning from totally focusing on his father to now totally focusing on his son. It's like feel like yesterday, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Warren's learning. I mean, he's grieving, and he grieved a ton this weekend, which was really, really good for him.
Tyler, you can step your foot on that lift. I'm right here, dude.
You're gonna see him let go of a lot of stuff. I have a hunch within 6 months, he will have cleaned out that van on his own. Warren wants what's best for his kid, period. And if it means throwing everything away, he would have done it.
That's going, the metal's going, those chairs are going, and a lot of other stuff going.
Yeah.
You're right.
More Electrosol! Our son is so important to both of us, and that's the reason why we agreed to do this. And that's why we wanted to do this.
I love my wife and I love my son to the max. That's basically it.
Warren and Leanne have a lot of counseling that they need, but I think this is a step in the right direction.
She's not there yet. I mean, it's taken decades for things to get to this level. It's gonna take a little time for it to totally change. So I think that she made some really good progress.
If Leanne and Warren do not go through the aftercare program together, this house will be filled in 3-4 months.
I don't want to think of that possibility that we'll wind up back at where we were, because that'll be the end of everything. I love you.
Love you too.
Just want to get on with my life and just keep rolling forward.
I'm Kathleen. I'm a retired teacher. My house, it looks like a bomb went off in a warehouse. It's gotten to the point where I can't manage the mass of stuff that I've got.
My name's Kristen, and I'm Kathleen's daughter. My mom, she's got projects that could line the block. She'll bring home stuff from big arts and crafts stores, bags full. She goes to the dollar store, she goes to consignment shops, she'll go to thrift stores, name it, she brings it.
I don't know how this got so out of hand.
My mom, I think, has really fun, weird things in her house, but she also has weird things.
I have baby possums preserved in a jar.
She's got a box with dried out dead birds and mice, and she will comb the cats and put it in piles and put it in bags.
I found a dead bird.
My mom has an owl in the freezer. Actually, my mom has 2 owls in the freezer.
It's been there since 2000.
Lots of feathers. She's got bugs.
I picked up roundworms. I think I've got tapeworms.
You know, when you walk into her house and there's a container of like 50 to 80 cicada husks. What are you doing with that? I don't know. My mom has been with me almost a year and a half. You know, when she came, the disorder followed her, and it's gotten to the point where I can't even function in my own home.
I feel like Typhoid Mary. I have started filling her house.
You can't sit at the dining room table to have a meal. You can't watch TV. I sleep on the couch because she's hoarded her way out of the guest bedroom and is now in mine. I'm afraid of what people will say when they come in my house, so I just like her, I don't let anybody in anymore. I told her that if we didn't get help for her, that I couldn't have her come back. And that is the worst thing I've ever had to do.
I'm upset that she's got to tell her mom that she is at the end of her rope with my junk.
I'm Gary, and I'm Kathleen's son. Yeah, my dad, I always joked that he was like Mr. Brady. You know, he's just a great dad. He was a great guy. We just had a great time. It was a very close-knit family.
I never was so attached to a guy in my life.
Shortly after my dad died, the ship just took a hard right in the wrong direction.
I dealt with the funeral, but after that, there was a big hole. That's when I started to unravel.
I feel like I lost both my parents with that train accident, and it was like being orphaned. All of her just went away. She shut down and disappeared.
Nobody loved me like my husband.
I have to go as far as kicking my mom out of my house because it's the only way that I can see to get her the help she needs.
Okay, well, good morning, everybody. Good
morning.
My name is Dorothy Brenninger. I'm a professional organizing expert, and I specialize in hoarding. How are you?
I would say scared.
Being scared is kind of a normal thing, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
This is a big deal. Walking back into your life, but it's a good deal. I'm Dr. Suzanne Chabot, and I specialize in OCD and hoarding disorder.
Ready to go?
Ready.
That way.
Let's go.
Okay. If you don't know where the pizza boxes are with the cicadas in them, then you've got to save these.
On normal hoards, we would throw this away. But because we know the value of nature to you, we left it so we could get an understanding.
I just think there's no way anybody's gonna get any use out of this. What are you gonna do with these, though, honestly?
These I can sell on eBay, and they
You're
make
not
fair
gonna
value.
sell these on eBay.
Gary expressed that he's eager to get rid of so much. So he may have to come up face to face with his mom and challenge her to do some things she's not ready for.
You know, I just see a bunch more rooms that need to be hauled out. I feel compelled to go, come on, come on, come on, throw it out, throw it out, throw it out. Let's go, let's move.
I just don't understand.
I need talking through because obviously nobody's talked me through this hole.
And we just spent 10 minutes arguing over cicada husks, and I know means something to you. But is it the cicadas or is it us and you?
I think it's hard for you, a mom that's been so confident in so many ways, to be someone who has a disorder. And that your children have to help you work through this.
It's heartbreaking and it makes me really sad. But I know it's the disorder in the way.
Nobody's ever given a I'm so tired of being thought of as a lunatic.
But you're not a lunatic.
Because to me, these are just marvelous.
Okay, so I'm gonna put these in a box.
You're not a lunatic, Mom.
So you get we care and we get we understand you, right?
Right.
Next negotiation, let's talk about how we can take the whole thing quickly, whittle it down to small things that represent who you are, and get rid of the things that are clogging the arteries of this family. This is clogging the arteries of the family. I want dinners here. I don't want it covered in mouse and cicada husks.
Okay. Oh, good God. And my little treasures.
When people die suddenly, people do crazy things. They will keep an ashtray with a cigarette in it that the person smoked. You wanted everything that his life touched, right?
It was taken so suddenly, there was nothing left. And this is really sad. But that's all I have. Yeah. I guess it was kind of nuts.
No, I think people do all kinds of things when a person dies that other people might think are crazy, and you have a right to do that, okay? What we don't think is normal is that you still have it. He did live. He was alive. He was in your life. But is your husband in this ashtray?
No.
I think it was critical that my mom deal with my dad's stuff. I mean, she locked that stuff away. She was cigarette butts in a Ziploc bag because she didn't want to lose one more piece of who he was.
You know, that was one of the top 3 cathartic moments, I'm pretty sure, of this whole venture.
Let her be the mother she couldn't be for you when this happened.
Yeah,
okay?
I'm so sorry about that, honey. It's okay.
I'm sorry about leaving. We're here now.
This is their time to grieve in a way that they were never able to grieve before.
We should burn this in the front yard.
Welcome to Kathleen's Nature Center.
I'm thrilled she could have her own place for her nature collection. And if she wants to have these white hornet nests that took her 25 years to find, hell yeah, let her celebrate and be who she is without shame.
Oh my God. I've never seen them out in the open like this.
I don't think I could begin to tell you how buried an interest this was, because I was always embarrassed and fearful. Eyes have been rolled at me more times than not.
This makes it look completely sane and like a teacher, an explorer, an adventurer who has collected along the way to showcase what is magical about this earth.
Good job.
Good job. Good job.
From an organizing perspective, we got so much done. This is a 4-bedroom house, and we cleared the whole darn thing and cleaned it. Kathleen was able to let go of 6 tons of stuff. Hands down, this is the fastest cleanup I've ever seen.
It looks as good as it did when we first moved in.
I think my dad's definitely around. I think he had a hand in a lot of this. I know that's wacky, but I do. I mean, he's everywhere. He's in every room, and he's in all of us all the time.
I think if he wasn't ever at peace because of what's going on or not going on here, he's probably at peace now.